Hello there? Hello there. Oh, hello there. You want to know what's really good? You want to know what works? When you actually turn your receiver on. It helps when you turn the receiver on. No, that was me forgetting to turn the receiver on. Normally, if I'm going to do engage, easily fix right here. I don't have to walk around. No, I forgot to plug it in. No, freaking YouTube. I hate, my biggest pet peeve, and this is why I like Linux, and this is why I've been running Linux, is when YouTube goes and changes something. Why does the pinned message now appear at the bottom of chat instead of at the top of chat? Is this on your screen too? Or is this my screen only? Why would they move, some guy justifying his existence working at YouTube's like, let's move the pinned comment to the bottom of chat instead of the top of chat. Top for you. Okay, well in the Creator Studio window, it's at the bottom now. Yeah, in the Creator Studio window, which is what I see, because I have, you know, the stream and all my stats next to it. Somebody at YouTube's just justifying their existence. Anyways, how's everyone doing today? It is Tuesday. This is looking exactly like it did on Friday because we didn't do anything on Saturday. And if you're wondering why wasn't there a stream on Saturday night, you were at home, you had your drinks ready, the family was gathered around the TV, and there was no stream Saturday. What was I doing on Saturday? I was watching Delicious in Dungeon with my wife because it was my birthday on Friday or on Sunday. So Sunday was my birthday, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a nice little Saturday night relaxing with the wife because I never get free Saturday nights because I stream on Saturdays. I'm like, I'm gonna take Saturday night off. We're gonna relax, stay up late, watch anime. It was fun. It was fun. So I finished watching the first season of Delicious in Dungeon. So it's so good. It's so good. I actually went and read the whole manga, which it's not that long. Like it's the second season of the show should wrap it up, and it's like already it's a done manga. So yeah, that's what I did on Saturday. If you're wondering why there wasn't a stream Saturday night, because my birthday was on Sunday and my wife had to work Monday morning, so we did stuff Saturday night. And by stuff, I mean stay up till early in the morning watching anime and drinking. Things get exciting when you get older. Things get exciting when you get older. That plays now. I mean, I cannot do One Piece. We've talked about this, I think, on the last stream. One Piece is not something I completely missed the boat on One Piece. I cannot do One Piece. I've tried. I have tried. I tried years ago. My first experience with One Piece was the shitty 4Kids dub. And then I found the actual original and I started watching that. And I'm like, no, this ain't vibing with me. I will not. I can't get it, Luffy, or whatever they say in the song. Not my jam. So yeah, thank you all for the birthday wishes. But no, Marcel's voice actor did a good job. I watched the English dub, and then I think Freerun season 2 ends this week, so we can watch all that. We're waiting for that to end so we can watch the whole thing in one go. 100 episodes. Yeah, I've heard the live action is a lot more. The live action is a lot more less fillery. But speaking of fillery, we're going to start off. If you're wondering what we're doing today, I'm still sick. I still have this chest congestion. I have no idea what I picked up. It's getting better. It's much better than it was over the weekend. That's another reason I didn't stream Saturday. I was like hacking a lung out. I've been like, I don't know what I have. It's just really bad chest congestion since I got back from the UK, and it's finally going away. So yeah, so that's another reason. This weekend it was just me coughing. But anyways, speaking of things you can do, who wants to win a spool of filament from Polymaker? Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. We're gonna be doing the draw at the end of stream. While you're down there, if you wish to purchase any filament from Polymaker, there is an affiliate link. I don't think they have a sale going on right now, but this is going to segue us into a topic we're going to talk about. Yes, we're going to be doing the news. We're going to start the stream where we finish building this printer, or finish, we're going to put the bed in and do some wiring and whatnot. We're going to start with the news, and the news is panic. No, not, well, I mean, you can panic if you want, but, what was it? Nathan Builds Robots tweeted this out, link in this, and I just read it. So, Dow Packaging and Specialty Plastics, price update. Dear valued customer, the Dow Chemical Company and Dow Chemical Canada will modify the previously announced 15 cents a pound price increase to 30 cents a pound for all high-density polyethylene, LLDPE, LDPE resin sold in the United States and Canada, respectively, effective April 1st. What does this mean? We're not going to get into the geopolitics of it, but geopolitically, shit is going effed up in a place where they have oil. Oil is used to turn into plastic. Oil is also used to move that plastic around the world. Translation, stock up on filament today. I'm not saying stock up on filament, but let's just say if you buy filament today, I guarantee you outside of a sale, you're probably not going to see any low prices anytime soon. Everything that is involved in the pipeline with global transportation, because ships use up a lot of oil, and production of anything that uses oil, plastic, you might want to stock up on that. Now, some plastics might not be affected, but companies might just do across the board price raising. So instead of increasing one thing by 30, they increase everything by 15 to even it out. But either way, yeah. Naphtha from oil. Yes, I know there's a whole fracking thing, and you break down oil to its various different types of chemicals, and some of those chemicals are used in the production of plastics. Not all of them, and oil is a global, for those that are like, oh, I live in North America, we don't get our oil from the Middle East. Oil is a global commodity. If the price goes up in one place, it goes up everywhere, because guess what? Even though you make it here, if you could sell it over there for more money, you're going to sell it over there for more money. So oil is a global commodity. That's why, you know, people in the United States are like, why is my gas going up? We don't get any oil from the Middle East, because it's a global commodity. That's why. So, build printers that don't waste as much filament. So look at tool changers, get tool changers, and stock up on filament today. Simple as. Does this printer still make sense in 2026? All printers make sense. No printer ever goes bad. There has never been a 3D printer released that has gotten worse over time. They've all just done the exact same thing. It's just everything else kind of gets better. So is a small enclosed 180 millimeter Core XY with a flying gantry, is it a bad printer? No. Are there more economical ways to get a 180 millimeter enclosed printer? Yeah. But this one's pink, and it's cool. ANET A8. I mean, the ANET A8 is as good as the day it was released, unless it caught fire. If your ANET A8 caught fire, I would argue it actually improved. Unless it took your house down. The Tico is bad, but it's always been bad. Exactly. It's like filament. Filament doesn't go bad. Worst case scenario, that spool that's been on your shelf for a couple years, run it through the dryer. Filament it takes a while for filament to go bad. And if you, as long as you leave it, you know, in its bag and it's sealed. What is this? PC fire resistant. Sorry, flame retardant PC filament. So yeah, I'm not saying stock up on filament, but I would recommend it if you have the means. At least like stock up on the stuff you regularly used. I used to do competitive shooting. And the joke was, when there's a sale on, you always stock up, because prices for these things, bullets don't go bad, and the price never goes down. Prices never go down anymore. Prices only go up. So if you get a good deal, stock up, especially if it's something that doesn't, you know, deteriorate over time or has a long shelf life. So if you want to stock up on filament, I do have some affiliate links below. Check them out. Won't hurt you anything. Go a long way in supporting the channel. Oh yeah, Hail Mary. I mean, I guess we could talk about Hail Mary for a bit. You know what? Let me pull up Fusion, because I got to pull up the CAD for this, I believe. And while the CAD for this is loading, I will talk about Project Hail Mary. TLDR, go see Project Hail Mary. If you like The Martian, I would argue it is... I liked it more than The Martian, I think. I liked it more than The Martian, I think. No spoilers. I'll avoid spoilers. I will say it is an extremely faithful adaptation of the book. My only criticism is they didn't adapt the entire book. There are parts of the book that just aren't in the movie. Simply for the fact of runtime. Like, it's a 2.5-hour movie. I think the audiobook is like 8 hours. There was really like no way to fit it all in 2.5 hours. So stuff was cut out, and basically the entire movie turns it more into like a Rocky and Grace buddy cop space adventure type story, and doesn't like, we don't see as much of what's going on at Earth. We don't see much of like the astrophage farming. We basically like they focused the story more on just Rocky and Grace instead of like, you know, let's nuke the Antarctic ice sheet so that we can raise global sea levels to heat up the Earth for an extra year. Yeah, this is going to F up a lot of stuff, but it will get us another year. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't happen in the book or in the movie. Why am I having this guy pop up on my Fusion? Who are you? Go away. What is all this shit? What? Oh my god, Fusion updated. Oh my god, graphic drivers up. Oh my. I don't like this. Open. Oh my god, I don't like this. Fusion, what did you do? Okay. It's a friendship movie. Yeah, it is really good. Rocky and Grace are awesome. I freaking love Rocky. There were a few scenes that I wish they had adapted into the movie that I was kind of hoping to see on the big screen. Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. It freaks out when I load a big file. I don't know why. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. Buffering. Buffering. Buffeting. Buffeting. Only slicer. Anything that hits the CPU hard with a burst, something with the PCI Express lanes. And it did it on this computer, and it did it on another computer. It has something to do with the Elgato capture card that I use. I use an Elgato Camlink Pro capture card. It has 4 HDMI in, and I'm using 3 of them. So I have this camera. I have this camera, which is out of focus. 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 Okay, yeah, I gotta turn on autofocus. And then I have the overhead camera. So I got 4 HDMI streams going to that capture card that is going through the PCI Express bus. And basically, every time there's like a heavy CPU load, even though it's a Ryzen 3700X and I should have enough PCI lanes, it does this. And it did it on another computer too. So it's something to do with the capture card itself. But yeah. So, it is what it is. You got the 3D? Yeah, I have him. Oh shoot, he's not out here. One second, let me go grab him. I actually printed off the, let me find him. Let me find him. Oh, hey puppy. There you are. Where did I put him? Where did I put him? I think he's on the computer. Is he sitting on my computer? He is sitting on my computer. Yeah, there we go. If anyone has like an SLS machine, this would probably be a really good print to do on like an SLS machine, or if you're able to do it in metal. If you're able to do it in metal, this would be a really cool thing if you had a metal printer. But yes, I printed my own, and I printed them in ABS, and then I hit it with black spray paint, and then I dry brushed it. So I did print my own little. I did it on FDM, so the butt's a little bleh, but there we go. So just dry brushed with some metallic paint. Did I break them? No. But it's just ABS. It's just ABS. So if I want to find somebody who has a metal SLS printer, who's going to be at Rocky Mountain next month, I want to see if they can print one of these for me. I want one of these. No, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. They changed one thing with the ending. They added an extra scene at the end, but I'm okay with the scene they added. They added one little scene at the end as a bit of like hopium, and I'm okay with that. Normally, I wouldn't be okay with that kind of like addition. Like, hey, we changed the ending a bit, but they did it in a way that I'm okay with. So, does ATI still make video TV tuner cards? It was 20 years ago, and they all. Drew Bradley, ATI hasn't existed as a company in like 20 years. It's AMD now. ATI was bought by AMD, so it's AMD Radeon. As for like TV tuner capture cards, those don't really. I mean, they do HDMI. Elgato does it. Black Magic makes some HDMI capture cards, and then you get some like Chinese ones. Yeah, ATI hasn't existed in a long time. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Turn off the panels. Okay, so we need to install the bed. We need to install the bed. We need to install this doohickey here. Is this the right guy? I think this is the right guy. Yeah, this is this the right guy? I think this is the right guy. Is this the right capture? I'm trying to figure out where the part is. Did I print this? I should have this. Yeah, that's that. I should have these parts. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these right here. The question is, should I have printed the pug? I think this is this. And then we have the pug. Where's the pug? Where is the pug? Because we have to do all of our under the hood wiring now. So we got to install the bed. We have to install our, how does this install? That's that. Is it one screw or two? Looks like it's one screw. Yeah, one screw installs that. And that goes through like that. Yeah, so that goes like that. Yeah. And then that attaches to that. Okay. So we have this guy. I'll tell you, made an absolute fortune. Yeah. Yeah, AMD, ATI was a Canadian company. I've had it. I've had a few ATI cards over the years. Okay, so we're gonna plug that in. Let's. I don't know why the focus is being a little focusy. Focus menu. Why is the focus being effy? Let me restart the camera here. Okay. Okay, now you're focusing. There we go. I think we're good now. There we go. Okay. So that goes there. Put some zip ties on. ATI 9800 SE. The very first computer that I owned personally had a Radeon 9700 Pro. Is there supposed to be like a filler in here? This doesn't look right. Did I put this together? No, I put it together backwards, or the correct way. There's like a gap here. You see that? Is there supposed to be like a, am I missing a piece? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, that's what that is. Oh, I see. It's got a pug. Okay. That's what that is. So it's supposed to like loop around and up? Is that how that works? Do I have, I can't do that because I have the, I can't do that. Because I have the PCB mounted there for the, that guy. Shoot. Well, I guess we're not doing that. We're just gonna YOLO it straight out the top. Because, YOLO. But I do need to put something in here because this ain't right. That ain't right. I can't have that pinching. Hello from Germany. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Germans are always so polite. They always say hello. So everyone have a good weekend? Anything exciting going on? What is going on with the Atom Swarm thing? I've checked my Twitter feed this morning and like everyone is flying off to like San Francisco for some printer reveal today. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. I would not want to be flying right now, personally. The LDO Micron was way easier to wire because of the top of the main board. Yeah. Yeah, when you have everything above the deck, it does make it a little bit easier. That is understandable. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. No, you come here. You will see what I'm doing in a second here, if I can get this out. There we go. Wonder if the straight being closed will affect it next launch. I don't think it'll affect that. What it's gonna affect is prices of filament and whatnot. That kind of stuff is gonna see the impact in pricing. So if you buy filament, if you transport anything across the ocean via, cargo ship, that is the stuff that's going to get priced, is going to get affected by this. That's what's going to get hurt. So if you are purchasing, stock up on filament today, stock up on filament, make sure your gas tanks are full, because it's like that kind of stuff is going to get expensive. There we go. Alley shipments, if they go by boat, boats use gas, boats use oil. Oil prices are going up. So here's the thing. I think the other end of this, yeah, so the other end of this, how am I supposed to fit this through this? Because it's a stupid, like I can put this through this. Was I supposed to print a pug? I printed everything that came with this. So let's see, do I have a pug printed? See, I don't remember printing a pug. I have connectors, but I don't think I actually printed a pug. Let's see, what do we got in the kit here for the wire mounts? And that's the bed. No. So I don't have a pug. I do have actual pug connectors. I do have these. The problem is fitting the wire through it is not exactly the easiest thing to do. So how am I supposed to put the wire through this? I think we are going to have to print a pug. Okay, let me yeah, because it shows that, but how are you supposed to fit that in there? Because these don't fit through the stupid gate. I could cut them. No, that won't work. I don't think the kit came with one. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. No, because that wouldn't work either, because these are screw-in. So what is this part? I don't have that part. You can print a pug in 20 minutes. Yeah, but it doesn't use a pug. It uses a different connector. Which I don't have. Got the bed there. Yeah, I don't have. Cut the cable because it's too long. Oh, and then you just re-crimped it. I mean, I could do that. I could cut the cable off because it's kind of annoying that it comes with the cable pre-made. Let me see, do I have, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I can just repin it. I'll just repin it. I'll just cut it, slide it through, and repin it because I do have the pins right here. Okay, so let's take a picture of this. So it's red, white, brown, and then black. So we'll do that. Snip a snip snip. Snip a snip. Snip snap. Snip a snap. Keep that one so I don't lose it. Keep that so I don't lose it. So you go through there now. How many of these do I have? Are they all the same? I think all my pug connectors are the same length. I was hoping I had a shorter one. But I do not. They are all the same, it seems. Yeah, they're all the same. Okay. A pug is a pug is a pug. What is the filament? It is LDO ABS Plum Pink. If you want to know what the filament is. How am I supposed to... How does that open up? Open up. Oh man, that grommet is. Yeah. 1 second. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now I need the one of these that I printed that has the right size connector, so that this go in there, and then that too big. Booyah, right there. There we go. Okay. My YouTube is massively unstable lately on lives, constantly dropping frames. I got nothing going on my end. Everything is clean on my end, if you're wondering. I don't know what it is. I can never get these stupid printed threaded parts to engage right. There we go. Wow, it actually worked. The moment I start bitching about it, it works. There we go. Okay. So you go there. Does that lock it? Yeah, it locks it. Good. Okay. So. Do. Oh yeah, I got a screen there. Shoot. Don't crush the screen. There we go. Good old 1, 2, 3 blocks. Did I tell you to buy 1, 2, 3 blocks yet? Have I told you to acquire some 1, 2, 3 blocks yet? You've acquired some 1, 2, 3 blocks, right? I told you all to buy some 1, 2, 3 blocks, and you did, right? You listened to me? All right, let's see. Do I need a 10 or an 8? Let's try. Will this work first? No, that won't work. So I need a 8 mil. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, so you go front, right, farthest away, and then we lock that in. I don't think you're supposed to print that high, but it does go that high. So because it physically can go that high, I will lock it there, and that's how long I'll make the Z chain. But for now, we need to install our Z chain. So that is, it mounts right to that, flips over that, and goes down. Okay, so where's our chain? There we go. Okay. So if we do this, that can't go that way. I can never remember which way this is supposed to go. Yeah, that right there. So I gotta flip this around. Or actually, yeah, this one I gotta flip around. I think this is the right way. Yeah, so that doesn't flip that way, and that doesn't flip that way. Good, good, okay, right way. Okay. And then cut off this stupid tab on the bottom. I just don't know what they are watching, huh? 62 likes. Everyone liked the smash button. I mean, more, as of right now, we have 108 people have entered to win Filament. I mean, 60 of you watching haven't entered to win some free Filament. Like, it's free real estate. And you haven't entered to chance to win some free stuff as well. Like, come on. It's free shit. Who doesn't want free stuff? Actually, I should probably do this the other way. Yeah, I'm gonna do this the easy way. 1 second here. Pop this out. Okay. Attach this first. What's good? Everything is good. Except for trying to screw in screws when you can't get the angle right. There we go. There we go. Ah. There we go. Got 1, 2. Okay. Right about there. It's about as high as I can get it to go. Right about there. Okay. So now we need to label these. So who remembers the trick for remembering which motor is which on a Voron flying gantry printer? Who remembers the trick on how to know which one's the A motor and which one's the B motor? When you're looking at your Voron, okay, you got an A motor and a B motor, and a B motor and an A motor, an A motor and a B motor and whatnot. But how do you know which one's which? Who remembers the trick? I don't have any channel points or anything, because this is YouTube. Sheeps, bah, yep. It's like a sheep, it goes, bah. At least, see, the thing is though, that only works if you're a Westerner. If you are Arabic, it's the opposite. It's ab, because they read right to left. So for us, if you speak, you know, most Western languages, ba, B-A, ba. But if you're, isn't Japanese top to bottom too, or is Japanese right to left too? Yeah, it's right to left too on Japanese, right? It's like one of my Japanese animes. Okay. Why does that seem crooked? Maybe that's just the fan mount? Or maybe I'm just seeing things. I'm wondering if my hot end's loose. I might have to take that off and take a look. Is that centered? I don't know. It's hard to say. It looks centered. Maybe, oh, it might just be the fan ducts. Or, yeah, it's the fan ducts. Yeah, one of the fan ducts is slightly skewed out. Anyways, so this is the B motor. So this is B. Find a marker here. Do I have a marker? I do. Well, I'm just going off of the manga where you read right to left. So B-A, right? Ba, so this is B. B. A. Alright. Now, I don't think I have anything to like trap these in the stupid thing, so that's kind of annoying. I didn't print anything to lock those in there. I mean, I could zip tie them for now. I don't think there's anything collision-wise I need to worry about. I don't think I printed anything to lock them in. No, I did not. So, we'll just zip tie them for now. B-A. Ah. For now, I'll just zip tie them to the extrusion. I don't think it matters. There's so much room for activity back here. It's actually really nice having the like having the gantry done up like this where you have this big open area back here. It's actually kind of nice. And then don't forget, if you haven't entered yet, every stream we do give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Enter for your chance, link in the video description. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Is this really dark, or is the ISO just blown out? I think the ISO is just blown out. Okay. So now we need to get you untangled, get you, because all these are going to come up, and then we need this all opened. Which side opens? That side opens. It is hilarious because Steve Bills designed a cable management for the new rear motors. Huh. Steve's been working on stuff. There we go. No, Dungeon Meshy is fun because it's like you go from like, oh man, this is really cute and wholesome, and now I'm hungry because they cooking all this delicious food, to, oh, that character just got impaled and lost their head in like 2 seconds. It's like, oh shit, gore. Oh shit, all that's going on. Oh, that looks delicious. Now I'm hungry. Okay, so I gotta put a zip tie through this. Laos is something. Oh yeah, Laos is. I'm not gonna just outright assume he's on the spectrum, but Laos is on the spectrum. How much is the Micron Plus? I have a link in the video description to all the LDO resellers. So if you are interested in getting an LDO kit for your own of one of these printers, just check out the your local reseller and see what the price is. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Again, YouTube disclosure, this kit was graciously provided by LDO Motors for the purpose of this build series. So this is a materially sponsored build series. Okay. There we go. Always be careful when you're putting your wires in. Make sure when you're clipping them back down, be sure not to accidentally pinch the wires. Nothing is worse than pinching a wire, having it break, not realizing it broke, and not being able to find it. It is super annoying. Believe that. All right. Actually, what I should probably do is pop this off. Always be careful when pushing a flathead between two things to try and open them up, that your like hand isn't behind it, Because the last thing you want to do is like stab yourself in the palm with a screwdriver. It hurts. Ask me how I know. And then we need this little guy here. And that will be in an accent color, I believe. I should have this printed. Yeah, right here. I think I put this plate in upside down. I put this plate in backwards. Yeah, I put this plate in backwards. This whole plate should be like this, and this hole should be over here. It's a little too late to fix that now. Oh well. Oh well. We shall persevere and endure and make it work. How do I know? How do I know what? I know everything. I have approximate knowledge of many things. Drill a new hole. Now I'll just flip it around. I'll just do the Missy Elliott thing and flip it and reverse it. If it works for Missy Elliott, it'll work for me. Yep. I have no idea what she's saying in that part of the song. Go. Actually, let me play with this. There. Mobile. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So the question is, how long is this? This is probably too long. What is that? There's that. Okay. So now, take this, slide this down, clip that top on, move this over here so you guys can see a little bit better. What's going on here? Why don't you want to clip in here? What's going on? Why don't you want to clip in? Oh, man. I think it's the angle. 1 second. The angle of the dangle ain't right. 1 second. I gotta fix this. The angle of the dangle ain't letting me put this in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because that's got to fit under there. Okay. And that. Oh, we're good. We don't have to shorten it at all. Sweet. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so that's that. So now, let's install a bed. I think the bed is actually in the manuals. Let me pull the manual back up. Downloads, ant head, wristwatch. Where is Gecko? Where is macro? Where's the manual for this? Micron main. Oh, it'd be in a zip folder, right? Yeah. Where? Oh my. Ever tell you how much I am not liking Windows now that I've been using Linux for a bit? It is hilarious going back now to, oh, here we go. Micro manual, there we go. It is hilarious going back to Windows after using Linux for like 3 months now. And I'm just like, oh my God, this shit sucks. Okay, so we got to build this guy. We'll build this guy now. Can you make the Z-axis an infinite amount? Oh yeah. I mean, like, if you just wanted to use longer extrusions and rails and just make it really tall, yeah, you could. Nothing's stopping you. What's stopping you is going to be however long your cables are, which you can extend. Beyond 2 meters, you start to get wonky with USB. You can go longer with CAN bus or direct. And then stability, but if you bolt it to a wall. There is a company in California. I actually have a video with them. I did a video with them on my YouTube channel. I think at Open Sauce 2 or 3 years ago. There is a company in California that 3D prints surfboards. So they 3D print the surfboards and they use basically a modified Voron V2. Okay, so the bed isn't in this. The bed isn't part of the manual. Okay. Cat it is. They basically use an extended modified Voron V2 for the bed, or for their printer. Okay, so this is a... Where are the instructions for this guy? We got this guy. I think that goes into that. This guy. A grill. What is this called? What is this called? What is this called? This is called a Micron filter assembly. It's not in the manual, so I'm probably gonna have to find it. Is it a Nevermore Micron? Nevermore Micron? Because we got to build this guy before we... Is this it? This is it. Or actually, it might be in the LDO. LDO Micron. Might be in here. Yeah, because we got to build this guy. Okay, so we have to build this. I have all these extra parts I printed and I don't know what I need. Micron. Micron. Where is the LDO manual for this? Is this just the LDO manual right here? Oh, no. Is this it? No, not even it. Is this it? This is it. Okay. So we have that. Clicky kit. Don't need the clicky kit, but I do need you. Stay with Windows 10. Windows 10 doesn't get support anymore. I don't know. I've been using Linux now for like a month and it's been fine. Like every now and then I run into a problem that, you know, is annoying to fix, but once I get it fixed, it's fine. It's the way I can describe it is using Linux is like when you have a problem, it sucks until you get the problem fixed. But the times in between the problems are smooth. Whereas with Windows, you just get random problems. Whereas Linux is like, oh, the problem is I'm trying to do something different or new, and it's not. Okay, this is not the right one. It's this one. So how are these supposed to fit in here? Okay, I guess I just kind of push them in. And there's kind of lock in place. There we go. So that goes there. Grab the bed. So we have the bed here. Now we need to install a thermistor. Mister, I need a thermistor. Okay, I can't get this to screw in. It doesn't want to screw in. Shoot. Do I need to tap this? Where are you? You're M5. Where's M3? M3? M3 tap. Where are you? M3 tap. M3. Small bed. Well, it's 180. Is this even M3? Just chase it a bit. Try not to break the tap off in the hole. That would be really annoying. Is it a blind tap? Yeah. I mean, it could be. I don't know. There might be a magnet on the other side of it. There we go. Now it's screwing in. Now you gotta be careful because this is brass, so you can actually rip it off pretty easily. So just no, you don't run beds at that low rate anymore. We kind of changed the idea of doing that. Okay, is there a manual on how to build this thing here? Because I need to build this guy, and then I need that PCB board, I think, which is I think I saw it in here, or that PCB board. Don't need you anymore. There it is. No. Okay, I saw it a minute ago. How did I lose that board? I saw it a minute ago. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the LDO pre-made beds are really nice. Was an old idea. It is, yeah. So the idea was basically at the time, there was like equation on the Duet forums that's like, this is how much power you should be running. And everyone kind of just took it to heart and ran with it. And then we all kind of realized actually we could probably run a bit more power nowadays. It was like, run it like this because you don't want to put too much power into the bed. It was like 0.6 watts per centimeter square or something of bed surface. And we kind of realized you don't need that. You can, with beds, you can give her. So we have this breakout board for mounting a lot of stuff, it looks like. It's not SSR max amperage. You should never be anywhere close to maxing out your SSR. Like put it this way, this is a 110 volt, 300 watt bed. This printer has a 20 amp SSR. Like ohms. So we got 110 volts at, what is it, 300 watts? 300 watts. 2.7 amps. This bed is 2.7 amps. We got a 20 amp SSR. You're good. We're nowhere near close to the SSR. Okay, I gotta build this thing. How do I build this thing? How do I build this thing? I don't even see like the little baggie of carbon I'm supposed to put in it. Do I even have a baggie of carbon? I got this guy. I mean, it's replaceable. The carbon is replaceable, right? So you can just... How are you supposed to even get in there? I think it like locks into something. No, this locks into that. So this mounts in like that, and then sit between. I think you just kind of wedge it in there. Yeah, you just kind of wedge it in there, and you can slide it in and out. Just take out the carbon. But there's supposed to be a way to put this together because it's got like some. One second. Downloads. Could have sworn there was an LDO manual, or is this what I'm looking at right now? Because I just want to make sure I'm wiring it all up right. Because there's a bunch of stuff with lights I gotta wire up too. Filter fan. So which one is this? Is it this guy? There's a bunch of different versions of them. No, that's different. That's different. Micron Nevermore. Just want to make sure I'm putting it. No. Does someone have a link to this guy? Oh god, people sell them for like 20 bucks on Etsy. Where is the manual for this guy? Because I want to figure out how it's supposed to... Is it like magnets that hold it together? Am I supposed to put magnets in here? Is that how it locks together, is magnets? I'm assuming it's magnets? me see here. Drop something. I don't know what I dropped. Documentation. We only have that one document. It doesn't show how to build that. I mean, I could just look at the... I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Like, I have no idea what this is. So this mounts to that, and then what goes in here? Okay, that is that. Okay, so I gotta, do I have two of these little guys? I do. I got one of them. I got two of them. So I see, so I put the magnets in these guys and then shove them in here. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. I'm figuring out how this works. I'm figuring out how this works. So that good. Okay, that goes there. And that goes in there. Okay. I don't have the cover piece for this. Right here. Okay. So that would go there, and then that should lock into that. Okay, I see. So that goes like that. And then this guy, I'm assuming, just goes in like that. And then, do I put heat sets in this? Because there's screws that come up. So I'm supposed to put heat sets in here, I'm guessing? Yep. Okay, so let's turn my heat set iron on. Install some heat sets in this guy. Going to 3D Printopia this year? I should be going. As long as I can find a sponsor between now and then, I'll be good. So I should be going. Because you have to build this, because this determines where this sits. And then this determines where everything else sits. Like, I will be at Rocky Mountain Rep Fest next month, so that'll be fun. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to... Mine looks different. Because this one... Wait. Should I have this on the top and the bottom? Because you slide in here. Okay. Oh no, that locks that there. So yeah, so this... Okay, so yeah, I see. So I do need to put two in the bottom of this. Because this locks in from the bottom, and then these lock in from the top. And that locks in that, and then that locks into that. It isn't complicated. I mean, it's not, but... It's like, why are there so many parts to this thing? Oh, I've already done that. I've already put the screws in before the heat sets. We already installed all the heat sets. I got to put the heat sets in the fans now, which suck because it's really hot. Because this is like nylon. Yeah, I gotta let it heat up more. Hello all, hello there. So we're just waiting for that to heat up. Okay, let's see, is this hot enough now? There we go. 1. Don't accidentally touch it. 2. There we go. Actually, shoot. There we go. There we go. Allergies hitting. It's not allergies. I've been sick for like since I got back from the UK. I've had this stupid congestion cold. It's like every like couple of hours I just like hack out a lung. And it's not like I've got it, like, it would be better, honestly, if I had, like, a runny nose. But it's like, it's just kind of sitting in, like, the back of my sinuses. And it's just, like, sticky. The best way I could describe it is just, like, I feel sticky. I don't like it. Okay. So we have that wire come out there. And then this slides in here. Okay. And then we get 1, 3 6s. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I think I dropped the. Is that the one I dropped? Probably. I'll find out later. Benadryl. I've been taking Buckley's. It tastes awful and it works, but I'm all out of it. So for now, I'm just kind of suffering. You know what? We're just gonna not put that other screw in because it doesn't line up, and it's not really needed anyways. Okay, so that goes on that. Now I need to attach that to that. So I'm assuming some more of these screws. I have so many screws that are exactly the same, but none are... I need to buy a proper set of, like, actual... Okay. There we go. That is that. And then we have that little breakout board there, which is different from mine because we got the LDO kit. Which goes in like that. So this shit's front flush with the front, right? Yeah, it says flush with the front. Okay. So that means we need to install this now. So toolhead board, filter. I'm assuming filter plugs into filter, so that wiring's easy. But this will go in here, slide all the way back. So we need some screws. For clearance sinuses, there's a dry diver's trick. Scoop a handful of salt water, snort it back. I'm okay with that. Honestly, what I've been doing is just blowing my nose regularly, but because I'm streaming, I haven't been, so it's kind of getting a little sniffly. There we go. There we go. So now that can slide out. And I think I have some charcoal somewhere. I know I have a bag of it somewhere. I saw it earlier. Now I have some charcoal. I just don't know where it is. It might be downstairs. Might have it downstairs. I know I have it somewhere. I just gotta find it. Might be downstairs. Yeah, it might be downstairs. Or actually, it might be in here. Nope. Yeah, it might be downstairs. Yeah, because I don't think this came with charcoal. Yeah, I don't think this actually came with charcoal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this kit actually came with charcoal, so I'm gonna have to grab some from downstairs. Oh well, I'll just not have charcoal in it for now. I'm gonna sneeze. Did I mute it in time? Okay, we're good. Ah! 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 Now my head's all floaty. I don't like this. Now I'm all like... Ah! Okay. So install that. Locks in. What size table do I build on? That is a good question. It is... I have no idea. It's a toolbox that I put a lid on. So this is a toolbox. It's like a 40 or 51 inch toolbox, like your standard, you know, toolbox that I put a tabletop on. It's like 31 inches by 64 inches. So it's like 3 feet by like 5 feet or 6 feet. Okay. Now, and that goes there. So build plate lines up there. So this will go there. So we install this guy right there. Get one for my build. Well, you don't need to get anything like I have. Like literally what this table is because FlexiSpot screwed up. FlexiSpot sent me a desk a couple years ago for a sponsored spot, and they accidentally like lost the tabletop. So they sent me another one, but then the first one showed up. So I had an extra tabletop, and I just put it on the toolbox I was already building printers on, so I'd have a little bit more room. Speaking of finding stuff, I know we went down this rabbit hole on the stream on Friday, but I did find it. I did find my copy of Final Fantasy VIII, just because the music's reminding me of Final Fantasy music right now. So I did find my copy of Final Fantasy VIII. I do have all 4 discs. And then this is my bin of PS2 games that I found. So I was like, oh, heck yeah. Okay. Can I slide this in? Or are we gonna, oh, we might have a problem here. We might have a problem here. Yep. So I have a PS2, so I can still play it. Although I think my PS2 only has component connectors. So it's got like the 3 wires you would plug in, not, or it's got like the 5 wires you would plug in, not the 3, not HDMI. And I don't actually know. Oh shoot, that won't work. I don't actually know if I have a TV in my house that I can even plug it into, which kind of sucks. So, I mean, it would look kind of jank anyways, because it doesn't have like the fancy SCART interpolating stuff. So it would make more sense to emulate it, but I do own Final Fantasy VIII, Gran Turismo. What do I got? Shadow of the Colossus, Ace Combat 0. I also have Ace Combat 4 in here. I'm assuming I don't have the... I have 2 copies of Gran Turismo A-Spec. I don't know why. Red Faction, Metal Gear Solid 3, and Phantom... or what is it? Sons of Liberty. GTA 3, Ratchet & Clank, Smuggler's Run. I think this was the launch game I got. San Andreas. I have Vice City, but I have no idea where it went. I lost Vice City. The OG Metal Gear, SOCOM, Bully, Virtua Fighter, Silent Hill 2, Gran Turismo 4, and I have a Neopets game. I think it was my wife's. I think the Neopets was my wife's. Okay, so we got the middle one is kind of lined up with the hole. So right about there. That seems about right. Because the hole is lined up between the first and the second. Okay, so the hole's lined up between the first and the second. Right about there. I don't think it needs to be that accurate. Did I have an NES? No, I never had an NES. Growing up, the first console I ever had, we had a Sega Genesis. We had Sonic 2. Sonic 2, we had a game called, I want to say... this game, Subterranea. We had this game called Subterranea, and then we had Jurassic Park Rampage Edition, which was the only one that I beat. That one, and I beat this one. I never beat Sonic 2. My dad beat Sonic 2, And Metal Sonic at the end, he had me like write down the pattern. I remember my dad being like, hey, we beat it. So that was fun. And then we had the Sega Genesis, and then my parents got me an N64 and Ocarina of Time, which is pretty much how I learned to read, basically, was video games. We never had a PS1, but I got a PS2, and I did have a bunch of PS1 games with it. We got a PS2, I got it for Christmas after launch, or birthday after launch. I remember we got it. They didn't get many games with it. I rented Armored Core 2, and I didn't have a memory card. So anytime I rented a game, I would just leave it on for like a week straight because I couldn't save. That and Onimusha. I don't think I ever bought them. I just rented them. Okay. So now we need to put this all together. So we got our bed. So this is going to be a bit annoying. So let's move you over there so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because I don't know what we have for standoffs for this bed. But we have, okay, that fell. Okay, so we have, oh no, well that's gone. So bed neutral, bed thermistor, bed L. So I don't think it really matters, but this one's bed neutral. So we'll go with that one being bed neutral, which plugs into the far one. Okay. Bed L, which is this second guy here. Which screws into the middle one. So that's live, is in the middle. So neutral, live, and then this one, I can't see, my eyes are going. Is that ground? I'm assuming that's ground. Yeah, ground. So we got neutral, live, ground. Neutral, live, ground. Do I have I don't have a ground on this bed. I gotta install a ground. Do we have a ground? We have a ground. Is this ground? Live to SSR. One of these has gotta be a ground. Come on, they have to give you a ground. One bed ground cable. There. What are your thoughts on belted Z versus lead screw on Trident? On a Trident, belted is fine. On a Trident, belted is fine. Basically, it depends how fast your Z's moving. On a flying gantry, belted makes more sense unless you get like stupidly heavy. Cough, cough, Phoenix, cough. But as shown on the Venture XL, you can do it. It really comes down to the motion system and like how big the printer is and all that. Yeah. So ground. That's an M4. Or actually, am I supposed to? Tell me where to install a ground? Where do they put the ground? They put the ground there. Oh, there's already a tapped hole. Okay. With a crush washer, nice. Or the grandstand Pong. I mean, at one point I did have an NES, but it was like years later. Okay. So we got bed thermistor, bed thermistor. So In this case, bed thermistor. Maybe I put it on this side. Sweet. That's really short. You know what? I'll unplug you for now. Unplug you for now, just so I have more room. Okay. Wait, what do I got? Bed thermistor. Why do I have two bed thermistors? Do I need to put that thermistor in the middle of the bed? Bed thermistor. And what is this? Why do I have two bed thermistors? Bed thermistor, and then I have a middle bed thermistor. Are there two bed thermistors? Bed thermistor, red thermistor, bed, what? What is red thermistor? This doesn't even match my wiring at all. Because my PCB is different than this. My PCB is different than this. I've got fan 2, fan 1, thermistor P, RGB, thermistor B, filter fan 2. There's two. So I plug it, I'm using both, I guess. So I'm assuming thermistor B is thermistor bed. And then thermistor P is thermistor plate. So we got thermistor bed, thermistor plate. We got filter, which I'm assuming is this guy. It's the only other option. We don't have the two fans. I don't have RGB. Oh yeah, if you have the second batch PCB. Okay, so bed thermistor or red thermistor. What is red? Because they have bed and then bed. So which one's which? It doesn't say which one's which. Starting from the second batch, whatever. Whatever. Okay. So I'm assuming the RGB would be the RGB for the enclosure RGB? Is that the enclosure RGB it's talking about? Or is that... No, because the LED goes down there and just goes into the bottom. So that's different than that. So I don't need to worry about that. Okay. So we got our connector here. It connects all of this. Okay. That's all going to go in there. So the fun part is I got to install this now. So we need some standoffs. Belted Z is odd in PFA builds. I built a hex 0 and it's cool, but almost. What does he mean PFA? What does PFA mean in this case? Looking for the standoffs. I don't see standoffs for the bed. Oh, are these? Stainless steel standoffs. Oh shit, they give you stainless steel standoffs for the bed? Are these for the bed? Oh, printer France. Oh, I see what you mean. In this case, it's nice because they're smaller. They use much less room. They're more compact. Like you're not gonna be able to fit a lead screw in this. You're gonna have to make the printer bigger to have the same print volume if you go with lead screws. That's one of the advantages you have, is it is much more compact. Yeah, it uses, those are how you hold the bend in. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so I'm assuming, okay, take this off. Yeah, that goes that way. Okay. But yeah, the reason it makes sense is the size. It is a much more compact of a setup than going with. Is there a washer on that, or does that just go right in? I'm assuming it just. Yeah, no, it just sits right on top. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see, pull up the CAD. So it looks like it's in line with, right about there, okay. And I'm assuming we can just use like M3/8 for this. Of a 100 mm hybrid, yeah. So it's going to be a little annoying because it's like line it all up and then tighten those down and then tighten the tops down. Should probably measure, but oh well. Oh, that's too tight. Nope. It's always that last one takes forever to line up. There is some kids that have been hooning around my neighborhood for the past couple weeks in like cars with freaking fart cans on them. And I don't want to be that guy, but I'm being that guy. It's annoying. It is really annoying. All right, let's see here. So it's kind of lined up halfway through that first hex. Right about there. So now the fun part, I gotta tighten the bottom stuff and then tighten the top stuff. So, do I have a little Allen key that'll make this nice? Little Allen key. Little Allen key. Nope. Where are my little Allen keys? Flying gantry seems like a nightmare too. No. Flying gantry's old. The Voron V2's been around for like 5 years. Flying gantries are nothing special anymore. They are not uncommon anymore. Do I have any little... Where are my little wrenches? Where are my little wrenches at? This is annoying. Are they downstairs? I think my little wrenches are downstairs. I'll use an adjustable. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Shoot. Do. Like, can you just? No, I can't even reach in there to get it. Like, let's try this. Do that to get it started, and then switch over to this. Tighten it. There we go. That's how it'll work. There we go. And then grab a scale to make sure it is even. When does V03 drop? When it's done. As with all things, when it's done. Unless it's a Bethesda game. Then it's whenever, you know. That'll do. There we go. Okay, that one, that one. Oh, I can do my fingers for this one. Nice. There we go. I do have also the LDO Corvus kit for computer build, for a computer case build. So that is something else on the docket of things we got to do at some point. There we go. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. And then when you want to just change that out, you just grab it, change out the carbon, plug that back in. There we go. So now we got to flip it on its side, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to rip out the power supply because we have to fit all these wires through a hole. So, what time are we at right now? 3:50, okay. So flip this on its side here. Actually, what I should do, put the bed on so I don't lose it. There we go. And where is my, how much Z do we get? It's like 150 of Z. Oh man. Buy some gamer subs, use code Canuck. Out of Nevermore? Yeah, basically. Alright. So, lost a nut there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the power supply out. Ah, that's annoying. Because all the wires come through the power supply. I mean, I could run them through the back here. I could be lazy and run them through the back. I could be lazy and run them through the back hole instead of the middle hole, because then the one hole comes out right here, the other one's right here. So we might do that. I gotta blow my nose. 1 second. Why not? Why not do that? Okay, let's oh man, this, maybe I should call it. I don't know. Okay, let's get this wired under here. So the power supply I could easily remove. So yeah, let's do that. Let's flip this over. Okay, we're good there. Am I gonna need my little booster stool? I might need my booster. Let's see. Loosen that. There we go. That actually wasn't too bad. And then we just kind of leave that there. Okay. So, try not to have this fall. I'll put it there. Let's see. So we have these wires. They come up. And there's also going to be some wires I'm going to have to run down because we're going to have... that. These guys will come up the back. Do that later. Okay. So now, let's see here. This one is neutral. That is ground. Which one's live? Am I missing a wire? No. Is this it? Live, yep. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay. So this is neutral. I should have installed these first. Neutral. Ground. Note to self, don't do this in the future this way. Put your wires in first and then flip it upside down. Anyone streaming a Core 1 to Index conversion? I don't know if I will be. I'm pretty sure the Index kit I'm getting is we're gonna put it on a Trident. So I got to do a Trident upgrade rebuild, and then we'll put the Index on it, and that'll be whenever those kits come out. Because I'll probably honestly get more out of it on that than on a Core 1. Okay, so we got that. So now I can put the power supply back in. Okay, that goes there. Yeah, because the Trident I would be putting on is it's a 350. So it's a 350 by 350 by 250. So we got a lot of XY room. So it'll be good for like hue forges. It'll be good for a lot of multicolor stuff, and it's enclosed. So there we go. I might call it early. I'm starting to get the sniffles are really getting to me now. So we might be calling it. I mean, all we got to do is wire up under the hood, and then we're ready for electronics. So I think that might be I think this might be a good place to plug in a few things, or yeah, you know what? We might call it after this. So maybe we'll do a little yap for a little bit, just because I'm getting kind of lightheaded, which isn't good. I probably shouldn't be getting lightheaded. Practicing my hue. I haven't played with HueForge in a bit, I'll be honest. I just haven't. I don't do a lot of multicolor. I tend to not do a lot of multicolor. It's just not what I normally do. There we go. Oh my god. Just nothing against it. I just I print practical stuff and things I'm building. So yeah. Although we probably are going to be let's see. Tomorrow's probably going to be a Gundam build stream on Twitch. Thursday we might do a little mix across the streams and do some 3D printing stuff on Twitch because I got to play around with something. We got to install Debian on we got to install Clipper on an x86 system, and it might be easier to do it in Alan's going live in a minute. Yeah, I'll set it up to go raid Alan. Let me set that up. Stream setting, edit. I can only punt over to him if he is also following me on his let's see. He is not subbed to me on his channel. Yeah. What is it called? Mandic Labs? Redirect privileges needed. Ask Mandic really to add you to their live redirect lists. So if he adds me to his live redirect list, I'll punt over to him, but I can't. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about YouTube when it comes to crossing the streams and rating. You basically both have to pre-approve each other. And for a lot of people, they're like, for me, it's not too bad because my YouTube channel is my YouTube channel. Again, I never planned to be a YouTuber, so this is like my personal YouTube channel. So I'm subbed to everyone. But for a lot of people, they're like, their YouTube channel is just business. So they only, like, they don't sub to people with their YouTube channel, right? They have a personal YouTube channel. So it's harder for the redirects to work. So. Oh man, this stupid cold needs to go away. So yeah, so Friday we'll finish up the wiring under the hood. And then we will go from there, I think. So I will we'll do the giveaway at 4:15. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker Filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance. We'll be doing the giveaway at 4:15 today. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Remember, if you are a channel member, you will be getting videos early. There is a video coming out Thursday this week on the channel, more Smurf coverage stuff. It'll be the Millennium Machines video, I think. So if you want that video early, become a channel member or luck out and hopefully somebody gives you a channel membership because you'll get that video early. And don't forget to join the Discord, link in the video description. Let us see here. What is that thing that's being announced today? Because everyone, like, there's a bunch of people flying to what's it, Atom? What is that printer called? Atom? Let me see. I mean, Joel's going to it. Let me just pull up Joel. Atom Form Global. Yeah, these guys. Okay. What time is it? Okay, but what time? Apparently they're announcing something today. Who is Atom Form? Who is Atom Form? Who are these guys? Oh, is this the one that had the nozzle swapping, the turret nozzle swapping thing? That has like all the nozzles in a pallet system? Yeah, these guys. So they were at CES, so that's cool. Are they based in California? It's based in the US. Yeah, this might be what Alan's streaming. He might be streaming it. It's just when I see this setup, the nozzle swapping setup, the only thing is you still need this. You still need this whole buffer system. So it's because they, for the record, I think they announced this before Bond, or they announced this, I think, after Index, or around when Index was released, but they're different systems. They did announce this though before Bamboo announced the Vortex system. So this, I heard about, we seen this before we seen Vortex. Now, does that mean Vortex was developed after? We don't know. It's just when they publicly released it was after this. So it's one of those systems you're saving purge because you use the same nozzle for every color. So you're saving purge, but you still have the time penalty because it's not a true tool changer. It's a nozzle swapper. So you save on purge because you only need a little bit of prime, but you still have the time penalty from using a buffer system. So it's like kind of in the middle ground. I'm not a huge fan of the setup, but considering you can do, 12 colors in a machine this big, but you need to buy 2 of their 6-unit things, it all comes down to price. It'll all come down to price. It'll all come down to however much the system costs to set up and how reliable it is. If it's a good price and it's reliable, we'll see. It's gonna compare to the H2C. If it comes in cheaper than the H2C and is more functional than the H2C, it's better than the H2C. I still think tool changers win by default because they have the time and the waste benefit, whereas nozzle swapping just has the waste benefit. But we'll see. $24. Well, it was showing 24. It shows 12 here. Where are you seeing 24? Because they're showing 12. Yeah, 12 nozzles. But yeah, see, it still has to do the whole wind unwind. Although at least they have like a yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so it looks like they have a preload. So this actually might be better than the H2C system because they have a pre-buffer. Like you could see, it's readying that, it's looking ahead, and it's priming the next color that will be used up. So this actually might be a better system than the Bamboo system because it has this preload here. Instead of having to pull it all the way back to the buffer system, back to the multi-material system, it has a buffer already preloading the next color. This might actually be a bit better than Bamboo's setup. I mean, functionally, it's kind of the same thing. It's a nozzle swap, but having this preload here is going to cut down a lot because the Bamboo is slow. So it makes me wonder what firmware they're running that looks ahead. Because I don't know, can Clipper look ahead? Can Clipper look ahead in G-code? I don't know if Clipper, I know in CNC machines they do. We had a pallet machine at the shop I worked at, and it had like 50 something tools, and it would just look ahead and preload. Like it would have like the one where it just like, it would swap it where like the arm would just grab the tool that's loaded, come down, rotate, load the next tool in, and then that tool would go into the dock, and then it would load the next tool that would be ready, so then it goes to another tool change. So CNC machines can obviously look ahead in G-code and look for the next tool command, the next T30 or whatever command. But I don't know if Clipper can look for T commands, like look ahead for T commands and prep. I don't know if Clipper can do that, so I'm wondering if they're running their own firmware. Clipper precog, is that a thing? Custom script, it could be, it's hard to say. Because if they're running Clipper, they have to release any changes. And a lot of companies nowadays don't really want to do stuff like that because it's like, unfortunately, the way 3D printing is moving, the open source friendliness is kind of going away because people are just taking shit and not contributing. Cough, cough, Bamboo, cough. And it's like, why would we pay for our 12-member R&D team that works on developing slicer software? Why would we let them also develop slicing software for you? So it's kind of getting, yeah. Then you can make a mod to greatly reduce the amount of filament needed. Maybe. I haven't really, like the emu, I don't like this cold. Sci-fi movie, The Precogs. Isn't that from that Steven Spielberg Minority Report, right? The Precogs. Emu looks interesting. I think I make a mod to greatly reduce the amount the filament needed. Well, to reduce the filament retracting. So if you have a multi-material system like the VVD here, if you want to reduce how long, it's all about shortening the path. So basically you need to shorten that path, right? The closer the MMS system is to the hot end, the better. Now you could have like a buffer system before it goes in, where it's like it preloads to the machine and they're all sitting at the machine ready to go. But basically, it's however long minimizing the retract saves you time. The less it retracts and the faster it can retract and reload, that's what saves times on these multi-material systems. That's why tool changers have the advantage, where a tool changer, the tool just go doot doot, and it's 7 seconds, right? Like, let me see here. Yeah. Like the advantage with a tool changer, it just grabs and goes and you don't have to worry about anything. Whereas a multi-material system, so even the system that Atom Forge is using has the advantage where it's a fixed gantry and they have it looks like it's preloading the next color. So it only has to retract the little bit from, you know, the tool head to the buffer and back, okay? But that's still gonna take more time than, you know, we're watching the XL doing XL stuff. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ready? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're back to printing. So if you're doing a print, like these prints here, these had like 468 filament swaps because I'm printing TPU with a PETG interior. So also, I don't know if the Atom Form system will be able to do flexibles, right? Because it's using, that's the other thing with tool changers. Tool changers, you have way more compatibility with filament types than anything that uses a buffer system, that uses a multi-material buffered system, because pushing rope is not something these systems can really do well. They do make specialty flexibles now that, like, you know, they're hard until you print, then they soften and whatnot, but it's always kind of, So NASA had a big announcement today where they're like, yeah, we're building bases on the moon. This is NASA's official account. That is Moonbase Alpha, the video game. If we don't have an astronaut on the moon going John Madden AU, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. If we don't have, you know, with how like brain rotted our current generation is, if we don't have an astronaut land on the moon and his first words are John Madden AU, I'm going to be so disappointed. I'm going to be so disappointed. What shore rating? It was Polymaker TPU 95, 85, I don't know. Just like generic TPU. Like, if you were to just go buy a spool of TPU. Oh man, I'm gonna cough. I hate this. I keep feeling like I'm gonna cough. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, if anyone knows anyone with an SLS machine, specifically, I would love a metal. And if anyone has a metal printer, or knows somebody who has a metal printer, and is going to be at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest, I really want to get one of these printed in metal. I really want to get one of these printed in metal. This is ABS and spray painted and then dry brushed. I really want to get one of these printed in metal. PCBWay? I don't know if PCBWay would do it. I lost contact with my rep with them. Holy shit, is a cow. Was it me? Good luck, Mr. Gorski. There's one for a couple people would get that reference. Most tool changers will lower the top. Yeah, most tool changers lower the tool temperature, and then they'll start preheating once the tool change command comes out. So they'll lower the temperature a little bit, and then when they see that it's going to be called up again, they'll bump it back up again. It depends too. Some of them they'll keep the temperature for a little bit, like 30 seconds or something. I can't remember what Prusa does. I believe Prusa holds the temperature for a bit and then drops it. Because sometimes, like, if it's like a 10-second tool change, right? Like, sometimes, like, you know, especially when you get to the top of a print, and it's, like, just printing, like, a little dab, and then it goes docks, and then it goes to another thing. Sometimes it's not worth cooling down. So, it depends on the settings. There are settings that, like, it'll keep temperature for a bit, and then you can tell, like, okay, after, like, 30 seconds, drop down to a holding temperature, and then ramp back up. But it depends on the filament. Obviously, if you're printing like PLA, dropping from like 210 to 160 doesn't really, like, that's pretty quick. Or heating back up from 160 to 210 is pretty quick. So. Plating one yourself. I could do the plating thing. The problem with the plating things is you gotta like polish it all and get all the chemicals for it, and it's not that expensive to plate, but the initial investment of getting all the equipment that you need to plate stuff and the chemicals and whatnot is a little bit of an investment, if I remember correctly. So it's like once you have the stuff, plating each individual thing isn't that bad expensive wise, but you have to buy it all to begin with, and that is a bit of an investment if I remember correctly. I've got the black lung. Father, I gotta stop going down to the mines. I've got the black lung. Oh yeah, I gotta put these on too at some point. Oop, wrong one. Where do these go? That way? Goes that way. Yeah. Yeah, we got these little covers I gotta put on. Are they all the same? I should have did these in accent colors. Yeah, I should have printed these in accent colors. Did I even print enough of them? I did. I should have printed these in accent colors. Can it be CNC'd? This would be a nightmare to CNC. These would be an absolute nightmare to CNC. Okay, are we doing the giveaway? Yeah, we're gonna do the giveaway now. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you have until I get back to the computer. And then don't forget, with the current situation in the Middle East, I'm not saying stock up on filament. Just be aware you're probably gonna see filament prices go up. So you might want to stock up on filament. You might want to stock up on, if you're running a little bit low on filament right now. Plastic is made with oil products. It's transported with oil products. Oil has gone up a lot in price. Gas has gone up a lot in price. Benzene, whatever you call it, it's all gone up. So I'm not saying panic buy, but if you're running low, you might want to stock up. You might want to stock up. Should probably put my tinfoil hat on for saying that, but what am I doing for dinner tonight? What am I making for dinner? Okay, let's close this. Close. No more responses. There we go. Copy that. What about casting? It would also be a nightmare. It's a hollow object. It's a lattice structure. So trying to get something, where did I put them? Yeah. Trying to get something that would, that would be a nightmare to cast. File, save. Let's load up marbles. Thanks, Obama. I miss Obama. Bomna. Now, the problem with lost wax or lost PLA casting is getting it to flow. Getting it to flow through all those little thin structures would be a nightmare. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant to click. Why did I click that? No, that's not exit. Nile Red, how to make filament out of... If Nile Red can make filament out of toilet paper, I will try it. As long as it doesn't cost too much to make. 240. There we go. You could save 5.2 grams when using self-tapping screws. Yes, but guess what? I don't care. I am not a gram chaser. I do not care that much about grams on a 3D printer. FPV drone, small quadcopter with 5.2 grams is like 8% of the weight. Yeah, sure. On a 3D printer, I do not care. Okay, how this works is if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and your ball wins, you get a free hat. This one right here in the middle. Who is this? Who is that? Dan8. Dane8. If you win, you get a free hat with your spool of filament from Polymaker. Good luck. Exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. Like the smash button, ring the bell, and be subscribed to the channel. It'll grease your ball up and make it go even faster. Go, 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 go. Do you print it with built? Yeah, I print it with the model is really kind of designed to be printed on a resin machine, and it comes with a supported and unsupported STL. I printed the pre-supported one, which is designed for a resin machine. It printed fine on an FDM. Although personally, I would have gone with a lower layer height. I did it with like 0.2 stock ABS settings. Probably should have did like 0.15 or 0.1 just for a little bit more detail, but it printed fine. I hate being sick. I've got the black lung. Go banana! Remember, if you are subscribed to the channel, and you are a channel member, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. So, totally for real, no capping. TJL, WTF. Oop, so this is gonna be interesting. Let's go over here. Is this one that moves? Oh, it doesn't move. I was hoping it was one of the moving ones. Thomas there is a ghost, so just so you're aware. Oh, it's gonna be 1060 or Tulsa Skin. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? 1066. 1066. There you go. Is that a year? Did something happen in 1066? 1066. Congratulations. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. 1066. What happened in 10? Somebody in chat, tell me what happened in 1066. Hopefully it's nothing horrible. $10.66. Is that like the Magna Carta or something? Oh. Characterized by a succession crisis, 3 major battles, and the end of Anglo-Saxon rule. Oh, William the Duke of Normandy defeated King Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings. Oh! So I'm assuming they're British. I'm assuming they're British. If their name is literally when the Battle of Hastings was, I'm assuming they're British. That was the one with all the cross, or the bowmen, right? Battle of Hastings, yeah. So I'm assuming they're European, if they're repping that date as their online name. I think that's when Jesus' second coming. I don't think so. I think Jesus is coming next week to take care of the flowers. Or the yard. Okay, I think that's about it. Freaking Hitum 3D, F off. I do not want your next gen AI modeling tool. I have blocked your stupid accounts. Report spam, go away. There's a company called Hitum 3D that has just been spamming mine and like every other 3D printer's content creator's inbox with different, like from different emails. Like, oh, promote our shitty AI model generator. And it's like, no, no, get that clanker crap out of here. Okay, anyways, we're gonna call it there. I am feeling better. So hopefully this is like the last stream where I call it early because I can't breathe. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night hacking out my lung anymore, so that's good. For a little while there, I actually thought I had a collapsed lung or something. But we're on the upside, so yay. So Friday, we'll carry on with this. We'll wire up what's left under the hood, and then we'll start installing stuff. And then hopefully, maybe, I don't think we'll get movement Friday, but we should be at least like getting to the point where we're getting ready to movement Friday. So hopefully, I think this was part 8. So this will be a 10-part build series, hopefully. It should be printing bomb part 10. We should be getting movement part 10. Okay, we're gonna call it there. Shout out to LDO for providing the kit that we used for this build series. If you are interested in getting a kit for yourself, check it out, link in the description. I have a link to all the LDO resellers. While you're down there, also shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and every stream. They do have an affiliate link. Filament prices are probably gonna be going up. I'm not saying panic buy, but panic buy. It's all going down. Buy now. So if you do want to do that, affiliate link costs you nothing extra. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. Some of them, like the gamer subs, use code Canuck, save some money. And for those that donate to the channel, give the memberships to others who became members of the channel, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. Rapid, no, I will not be going to Rapid because Rapid is like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before Rocky Mountain. So I'm not going to fly to Boston for a couple days and then immediately fly from Boston to Denver and basically be gone for an entire week. I don't have the time for that. So yeah, so we're calling it there. Go see Project Hail Mare if you haven't. It's a good movie. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I'll see you tomorrow on Twitch. Goodbye. Oh, and for those that gave birthday wishes, thank you for the birthday wishes.